Hey gang, Spacetime Badass here. So, I think from some of my recent videos, it's become pretty apparent that I think that lucid dreaming has the wrong audience. And really, I think this really all comes down to belief. So, today I would like to talk with you a bit about belief and lucid dreaming and how I feel what you believe can restrict or free you up to experiences that you might like to have in lucid dreams. So, this is something that I've seen played out a lot in the lucid dreaming community, and largely in lucid dreaming books. Um, you see authors like Charlie Morley, who is digging into some Jungian psychology um, with lucid dreaming, and you see people like Robert Wagner, who is kind of positing this awareness behind the dream. And to me, both of these ideas are geared towards the idea of getting meaning from your lucid dreams. Because I think we all know that there is a way in which you can find useful information that you can apply to your life to improve it. But I think most of us haven't really understood that or conceptualized it properly. And that's how it comes through as these ideas that intermingle with this odd sort of spirituality and produce the result of a very metaphysically minded woo-woo community that's really the opposite of what you might expect someone who would be interested in lucid dreaming to be. If you imagine a community of lucid dreamers, you think an oasis of people interested in consciousness who enjoy exploring their own mind and seeing what they're capable of and who they're capable of being. Instead, I find a loathsome group of dogmatically spiritual people who, for all of their trying to find some sort of profundity in life, can't seem to really get at anything substantial, purely because of their own limiting beliefs. Purely, I think it's weird to speak ill even of spirituality because I'm a very spiritual person. At least I consider myself to be. But what I consider to be spiritual is, I think, really different from what most people would consider to be spiritual. When you think of spirituality, you tend to think of people who believe in crystals and burn sage, and this crystal does this, and the planet's alignment has an effect on my life, and all this just crazy bullshit, chakras and that. But it's like dogmatic in the things that you must believe. Like, no, these colors mean this in your aura, and these crystals do these specific things. Like, it it's for all the energy that people who are spiritual will put into saying that it's not dogmatic. It's a very dogmatic way of life. But Nonetheless, what I consider to be spirituality is much more to do with experience and the capabilities of the human mind and the human body. So meditation, for instance, um, you don't have to believe in anything woo-woo at all to benefit from lucid dreaming, because it's an actual thing. We've merely discovered that if you observe thought and have a focal point, usually your breath, that some pretty interesting things can happen. As well, we've discovered the same thing about drugs, namely psychedelics, are pretty well known for spiritual experiences. And there's also things like breathing exercises, runner's high. There's if you think back to tribal traditions, you'll think of people like drumming and people dancing and chanting, and so that's the music getting in tune with that beat, which has a crazy effect on humans anyway, music. And then you're moving the body, exerting all that energy, and you're elevating your mood, and you break through into these profound and spiritual experiences. And so for me, it's really about pushing the human mind and body to its limits, and doing that, we get something profoundly meaningful from that, as well as a lot of really good insights from a lot of these um, altered states of consciousness. So for me, that's what spirituality is all about. And really, what you believe absolutely will affect, I think, what you get out of a lucid dream, what you get out of your life, but particularly in lucid dreams. So, as an example, um, let's say I was a Christian and a lucid dreamer, and I went into my every lucid dream just ready to experience the joy of Jesus Christ. And I just go into every lucid dream and I talk to God and I bump fists with Jesus. And every lucid dream I have is just joy of me exploring my religion, and it makes me feel so happy and so fulfilled. The person I am now believes that even if I was getting all this joy and fulfillment out of that it would still be hollow and valueless by dint of me believing in something that is unfounded. But as well, the real point is that I would be looking at lucid dreaming and experiencing it through a singular filter, through my Christianity. And I'm positing here that the people who are interested in lucid dreaming, who are overtly spiritual, are very much looking at lucid dreaming through their own limiting filter. Um, because if you think about in the example, if I were going in my every lucid dream, entering into a place where I felt safe and joy and love every single lucid dream, those are a few really good emotions and experiences, but you're really cutting out, I don't know, the whole of all other human experience. Lucid dreaming is a place, it's a sandbox for all of human experience. Anything you can experience it in a lucid dream. And the biggest way that I think I see belief affecting the way people utilize and benefit from lucid dreaming um, is really about getting that meaning from your lucid dreams. Because, again, we all sort of intuitively feel like we can get meaning from our lucid dreams, right? All the writers and the people in the lucid dreaming community are all kind of like circling this idea that there's something profound about lucid dreaming going on. There's something bigger at play here. What is going on? What is the thing? What's the diamond in the rough? What am I looking for in lucid dreaming that can give me something of greater value? And it's got to be finding meaning. And it's really a very sordid and delicate topic to talk about with any bit of reason and sense at all. There are a lot of people who do dream work, and most of those people are complete bullshit artists. Dream interpretation is associated with that. Um, but that's a fine line, because there's dream interpretation in that here is what things mean and this means that for every person in every dream. If you see this, that means that. And that's bogus. But there is a way of interpreting your dreams in which makes a bit more sense. A person could analyze their own dreams and get some sort of sense of maybe why it is they had dreamt that, or why it makes sense for them to have dreamt that, generally speaking. But to actually have a dream and get some valuable, useful information out of that dream that you can then apply to your life to improve your life is markedly more difficult than any of these people will tell you. Now, this is what I've written my book on. The past 3 years I've been working on my book, Beyond Lucid Dreaming, and it's getting close, guys. We're getting there. It's gonna be a thing, guys. Don't worry. But that's the primary focus of my book. So I have a huge interest in this, and I have a horse in this race, this meaning from dreams race, because I believe it can be done. I believe I've experienced it. I believe I have a method for going about it that I give in my book. And so it's just a very interesting and odd topic. Let me put it to you this way. I've been a lucid dreamer since I was 19 years old. I am going to be 29, holy shit, in about 5 months. And the number of dreams that I've gotten, like balls to the wall, holy shit, stick right out, punch you in the face meaning from, I could count on one hand the amount of dreams I've gotten that are like that. But I believe that I've found a way to get more consistent information how shall I put this? I think I found a method for which a person can explore their lucid dreams and retrieve some sort of meaning from that. I think we have to acknowledge in this game that, yes, to a large extent, we have to be aware that we might be reading meaning into things where meaning might not be. And I always say there's really no reason to believe in anything that's unfounded. So, and in any case where you would feel like you're reading into meaning, just like, nah, just a dream. There doesn't always have to be meaning in a dream. But there are dreams, and we've all had these dreams, if we lucid dream for a length of time, where we do get an insight or a perspective or a bit of information that rings true for us in our lives in some way, that gives us a new take on it, that either changes our perspective for having experienced it, or for changes our behavior in a subtle way that leads to a bigger change in our lives. But it's a very difficult tightrope walk. And the funny thing is, when I say I found a method for doing this, when following any method for finding meaning and profundity within the maze of the mind, it's going to be different per person. So when I say method, it's more of a loose process and a mindset that I try to impart to people, that I really would like. I really hope to see more people that catch on a little bit, because there is a very directed way we can go about self-exploration in our lucid dreams that can produce better results. And in results, I'm purely speaking about things that improve your mental state and your life. And I think that's really what all of us want out of lucid dreaming. And I really feel that the number one thing that inhibits people from getting the best that lucid dreaming has to offer is really their own limiting beliefs. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about belief because it's kind of it's been weighing on me somewhat lately. Um, Purely because it's just like I feel like I'm providing that service to, I like talking about lucid dreaming to a community that I just don't really identify with that much. But I am resolved to forge ahead as I always have and continue taking on the metaphysical bullshit and just trying to make a new voice heard. And hopefully, we'll grab people who are like minded dreamers and we can continue talking about this topic with a bit more reason and sense because that would be very fun, wouldn't it? Guys, I'll be honest, I recorded this video a lot because I had technical difficulties and then I just kept messing things up, but I don't know if I mentioned it, but in this iteration, but definitely go to thelucidguide.com. That's Daniel Love's website. I've been writing some articles there recently, and I feel like they're really good, and I'm really hitting my stride with writing lately, and I appreciate it if you'd go and check some of them out. There are also some other authors there of articles who are writing some really good stuff that I'm really excited about reading. And one writer is actually translating their writings from German into English, so that's kind of a gem. Thanks for watching. Thanks for letting me ramble at you. I just like being able to kind of come on here and ramble and talk about lucid dreaming and my views on it when I can, because I try to make lucid dreaming content that's not like any other lucid dreaming content out there, and provide some commentary and some viewpoints on that are counter to what you typically see in the niche. So yeah, guys, fuck. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.